Regarde la bête. Donc voilà, la Turbo 3. En Italie, on appelait ça turbone, le grand turbo, là. Mais en fait, elle est électrique. Donc ça c'est plus de 500 chevaux sur les roues arrière.
Ça, c'est un vrai projet.
Renault's reboot, or the Renaulution as it calls it, is well underway with a retro twist, and now it's going to get turbocharged. This is the Renault 5 Turbo 3E. Renault's got a bit of history with turbocharging. It actually patented the first turbo in 1902, and it's made loads of turbo cars over the year, like this, the Renault 5 GT Turbo. A guy at school used to have one of these. It was a cool car, seriously fast. Jason Miller it was. I wonder whatever happened to Jason Miller. I wonder what happened to his car. Anyway, turbocharging in Renault. Renault took turbocharging racing too, and come with me because up here is one of the coolest things that I have seen in a very long time. Renault took turbocharging into Formula One in the late 70s. This car over here is actually a race-winning car, the first turbo to win a Formula One race. René Arnoux on the side, I remember him. But let's go into the 80s. I love the 80s. Bit of Kylie, bit of Rick Astley, Nick Kershaw, my hero, Howard Jones with all that hair, and the Renault 5 Turbo. Look at this, there were two. There's the Renault 5 Turbo, Renault 5 Turbo 2. It looks so small, so cute, but so beefy. Just keep in mind everything about this car. So when we go and see the Turbo 3E, you'll see a lot of this, including inside. Let's just see if we can look inside this. Never mind the colours. Look at that. That's going to burn your retinas, but think about a dash as well, because the inspiration for this car is in the 3E. Of course, the 5 Turbo, this is like going through Father Christmas's grottos. Great, let's open these doors. Come on through. Renault 5 Turbo went rallying, didn't it? Look at these cars. All genuine cars, all belong to Renault, all in top condition. But there's more. Come on, there's another room to go into. These secret rooms. Do you remember a few years ago? This concept, designed for the PlayStation generation. Fantastic looking thing. Lovely graphics inside. There's sort of smartwatch features and various other bits and pieces. But this is the amuse-bouche before the real car that we're going to see now. The Renault 5 Turbo 3E. And there it is. Look at that. This is something else. This is a car that you will actually be able to buy. Very much track focused, but you can take it on the road as well. So this car is a lightweight car, 1,450 kilos or less. That is seriously lightweight. Now, unlike the Renault 5 that you or I may be able to buy, this car has 800 volt technology under the skin. That means it charges really quickly. It's got a 70 kilowatt hour battery, which is bigger than you'll get in a Renault 5, but it will charge from 15 to 80% in 50 minutes. The electric motors are in the wheels, which is really fun. And this car has a 248 mile range. Now, if you're going to drive it quickly, it's going to be considerably less than that. In those wheels, those motors produce 540 horsepower and 4,800 Newton meters of torque. The car will get from 0 to 62 in 3.5 seconds, and it does 168 miles an hour on a track. As with that concept we saw through in the last room, this car also has a drift mode, 4 other driving modes, and 4 regenerative braking modes as well, so it can put more energy back into the batteries. Now, you don't want to hear me talking about the design of this car. I've got just the fellow who can show us around. There really is nobody better to show me around this car than Gilles Vidal, who is Renault's design director. Now, I've known you quite a while, Gilles, and you show me a lot of cars, but I can honestly say none of them have quite made me go wow as much as this. So tell me how you took the Renault 5 that is slightly more affordable, that I might be able to push by, and you came to this. What have you done?
Well, we've done quite a lot actually. We started to do a show car, the Turbo Street Drifter, we called it, and it actually went up the hill at Woodwood at some point. And the idea with this was to create something cool, amazing, that would tell the world EV cars, electrical cars, can be fun, can be enjoyable, can be delightful, can be colorful, can be, and they don't have to be boring, dull pieces of technology. And so that was the main message. And of course, that's what we're trying to do with the production R5 or production R4 or the coming Twingo as well. You know, bring color and
bit of fun,
and joyful and bit of fun to the roads and to life. But with this one, we said, okay, Luca De Meo said, guys, let's build it. We're like, really? With a big smile on our faces.
Là, on n'est pas seulement en train de, comme avec la Renault 5, de un peu nourrir l'histoire de Renault, mais aussi le mythe. Et là, on fait vraiment une pièce maîtresse. Ça, c'est monocoque en carbone. C'est quoi? C'est moins de 3 secondes de 0 à 100. Ça va être marrant. C'est un truc only for the brave, pour les courageuses.
What you can see here, the differences between this and the previous show car we've done is that you can recognize bits of the R5, the cabin mainly.
Right.
The windscreen is the same, almost the same as the R5. The mirror, the rear lights are the same. The door handle, which is missing here.
Yep.
So a few bits and pieces are carried over, but that's it. The chassis is specific. The wall skin is a carbon fiber skin.
Lightweight then?
Very lightweight. So we'll be below 1.5 ton for an EV car. It's a really amazing, much below we hope. We're trying hard to push it further.
Yeah.
So everything else is specific on this car.
And all the lovely bits, the sort of the surfaces here and these little flaps, do they all serve a purpose in terms of what it does for the car?
Yes. So on one hand, we started to say, okay, we need something amazing, and again, the Drifter show car that we've done before had loads of little delightful details, very graphical, very video game almost. Yeah. And we said, okay, well, let's deliver this on the production car because people will expect that, will enjoy that so much, but let's try to make them purposeful, meaningful. So this here, for instance, is a proper air scoop, so that the heat,
as in the old car.
Yeah, exactly. So the heat gets away, and there's a massive radiator hidden under this.
Yeah.
Those flaps we are using at the moment we are moving them around to optimize aerodynamics.
Okay.
Because people might that's mainly a track car, but it will be road legal, and some people might want to go to the track on the road instead of on a trailer. So we are trying to push even though it's not the ultimate goal, to push the autonomy as far as we can by optimizing aerodynamics. By the way, you see the wheels have those discs.
These are the most fantastic wheels.
So they are trying to be very aerodynamics.
Yeah.
But here you can read, remove before track for the cooling of the brakes on the track. So you remove those bits. It's less aero efficient, but at least you can cool the brakes when you are on an attack mode. Yeah.
And you've got the scoops in the back here as well.
Yes, also because we need to pull the brakes in the back, and we have in-wheel motors. Yeah. So maybe for the first time on a production car, unless someone else does it and we don't know about it, there will be in-wheel motors. So you need to cool down a lot of things in this area, hence those scoops. But on the other side, one of them is actually opening and hiding the plug.
So that's where you plug in?
Yeah. The charging.
Fantastic.
So there are little tricks like this that are really, really cool. So the details are kind of really crafted in terms of looks, design or aesthetics, but they all serve a purpose.
What is your favorite feature? You got to point out one thing to me that you love on this car that you just look at and think, oh, that's so good. What is it?
But I think it's maybe those details are really cool, but maybe if we just step back 50 meters, the global stance of the thing, it's actually a beast.
Yeah.
And it's not an aggressive beast, through the proportion maybe a little bit, but it's not like an aggressive supercar kind of thing. It's the Renault 5 has always been a nice car. So that's what we're trying to do also with this one. But if you step back though, the global proportions are just like amazing.
And it's wide, you call it a mini supercar.
Yeah, exactly, and it's very wide. It's actually 30 centimeters wider than the production R5.
Yeah.
Usually we say 30 millimeters, but this time it's
30 centimeters. That's what I call, that's a school ruler.
Yeah.
Either side?
No,
So 15 either side. So the equivalent of that's a foot.
That's already it's a foot globally. So that's it's slightly lower than the production R5.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's.
And I can have one of these in any finish that I like, or are you going to police that for me?
Yes, no, exactly. So you see one livery today there in yellow.
Yeah.
We'll prepare a few versions that we would love to propose to the customers.
Yeah.
But ultimately, there will be a program where you can do whatever you want. If you decide you want a pink car, a green car, any hue you want, that we can custom made for you and with you in a working session with the designers. And even in the interior, if you want your grandmother's curtains on the seats as a trimming fabric, we can do it for you.
I must look at my grandmother's curtains. Gilles, thank you. You have made me smile.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So Renault 5 Turbo 3E, what a striking car. I love the fact that you can personalise it any way you want to. I quite fancy having it in the livery of Nigel Mansell's helmet, another one of my 1980s heroes. Now, talking about the 1980s, this car is going to be limited. Of course it is. It's going to be a collector's item. Being limited to, guess what? 1,980 models. 1980. Brilliant. I know what you want to know also is price. Now, Renault is being a bit sketchy. You won't be able to order one for another few months. It won't actually be delivered until 2027. But let's give you a guide price. Ready for this? Are you sitting down? I'm told maybe 120 to 140,000 pounds, but if you go to town with the personalisation, you could spend 200,000 pounds on this car. Is it going to be that much of a collector's car? Now, Renault says it is a mini supercar, certainly got the performance, it's as wide as a supercar. Are you going to pay that sort of money? 200 grand. So for that, what I reckon you could have is a Renault 5 Turbo, a Renault 5 Turbo 2, the classic ones in reasonable condition. You could probably have the Alpine A290, which is the hot version of the Renault 5. Oh, and you can probably have a Renault 5 thrown in there as well, or one of these. What would you have? Oh, to have the choice. But for the moment, let's just glory in the fact that Renault has done this. It's just going to be fun, isn't it?